today to talk about everything that has anything to do with recovery and how we can take back control over our lives. That's what it's all about. Figuring out what went wrong and then figuring out what tools we need to move forward in our life. And so I have discovered on my path that everything is about action, 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 action. We ACOAs have a really bad habit, unfortunately, of laying in bed and saying, I should have done that and I should have said that and I should have jogged today and I should have ate better and I should have said that and I should have broke up with him and I should have said, and so we lay in bed with all these shoulda, 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 shouldas, and we don't do anything. And so then what shows up? Guilt, shame, self-criticism. We're judging ourselves because why? Not because we're not worthy. We judge ourselves because we didn't act on that higher guidance. Okay, why aren't we acting on the higher guidance? Because we have been taught since we're, 2, 3, 4, and maybe even before, we've been taught that we shouldn't trust our guidance. We have been taught that what we think is unimportant. We have been taught that our thoughts aren't valid unless somebody out there says so. Imagine that. Could you? That's the way we live, dear ones. And we really have to acknowledge that and stop. We have to stop. And so when we acknowledge that higher guidance, like I should eat better. Okay, wake up and then eat better. Like act on it. Your self-esteem is going to rise. And if you do that consistently, like I should end that relationship, well, then do it. Do it. Get out of the thinking place and get into the action place and then do it. Honor yourself, honor your guidance, and watch what shows up. Okay, today we're going to talk about, I'm going to use diagrams. And it's going to be, so you got to bear with me, dear ones, because when I'm showing you in the camera, it's showing up on my screen opposite. So you got to bear with me, okay? So be patient. So today I'm going to show you in a concrete way what happens to us when we're children for the purpose of allowing your brain to be able to put into context emotionally what has happened. And what will happen is, believe it or not, once the brain is able to put into context what it's doing wrong or what went wrong, amazing stuff, dear one, the brain has an aha moment and it autocorrects. It's amazing. Okay, so here we go. It's a little like scribbly stuff. I mean, it's not professionally done because I did it really quick. So don't judge me. That's not nice. Okay, so. Okay, how are we going to do this? All right, bear with me, dear ones, till we figure this out, okay? Learning curve. Got to go this way. Okay, so when we are little, right? That's us. Ooh, that's us, obviously, right? With a little baby, right? So we come into this life experience with this beautiful big heart, and I'm just getting another cold too. So here we go with this big, beautiful heart right here. And we come into this life experience wanting to do nothing more than to connect to mom and dad. So for the purpose of this diagram, we're throwing mom under the bus. Sorry, moms. Hey, I'm a mom, so whatever. We get blamed for everything. Rightfully so sometimes. Okay, so here we are. We have this heart, and we want to connect to mom. Connect to mom. That's what we're supposed to be doing, okay? Now, this line in the center here, that represents all these other things that are going on in mom's head space and heart space that we know nothing about. So addiction, alcohol, her obsession with dad, her codependency on dad, her shopping, her fear, her denial. I mean, I could have gone crazy with bulimia, anorexia, anxiety, addiction to thinking, worrying, suffocating. I mean, I could have gone crazy with all these other things that I could have represented that detailed that represented this block. So we don't know mom's blocked. All we know and all we feel is that this energy ain't getting through. And we are not feeling loved. So what happens, pay attention, dear one, what happens is we create energy leak. This creates an energy leak. So we could be 45, 50, 60, and our hearts really feel like they're so empty or heavy with emptiness. They don't feel full and like light. You know, it sounds like you think if you have a full heart, you'd feel heavy. No, when you have a full heart, you feel light. Like when you're full with love, you feel light, like you have wings. When you feel empty, then that feels heavy. And so it's interesting. So we have these hearts that are like leaking energy because we're looking to complete the bond. Now, this is what was supposed to happen, dear ones. We were supposed to come into this life experience with this big, beautiful heart full of energy, And we were supposed to be able to radiate that love out to mom and have it come back to us. Now, when that bond is complete, that's called bonding. So when that bond is complete and mom's got everything right in her head, and she can love this child no matter what, we have no energy leaks in the child, and then no energy blocks in the child, which is good, good, good. That's good. That's what we're going for. Okay, switch diagrams. Okay. We adult children of alcoholics live this life. This life. Now, see this little bubble I drew up here? Okay. That says future mate friend equals mom's vibration. Remember, we're throwing mom under the bus. Okay? Could be dad. So if dad was blocked, and many of us have alcoholic dads, and mom was the enabler, and mom screamed, yelled, biatched and moaned, but did nothing about it. So, she was allowed to get mad, dad was allowed to get angry, but we weren't, right? What sense does that make? Whatever, I digress. Pulling it back. So, we have this energy bubble up here. Now, the reason this is important, dear ones, this is so cool. Get it. This is what I did, okay? Nada, no good. So, here we go. This energy that didn't get to mom has to go somewhere. And it gets filtered into the universe. Now, we only attract what we know. We only attract what we are. But this is the really amazing thing about an unconscious being. Unconscious beings, like I was when I was 21 and got engaged to my first husband, I was looking for this. So what happened was I attracted someone who is absolutely my mother's emotional twin in a male form because I'm heterosexual. So I attracted an energy being that was just like this being. Why? Because I was looking to do this. And I did not know, because I was unconscious at the time, I was below the veil of consciousness, operating at a subconscious level, right? All my thoughts and all my behaviors were being were being generated out of an unconscious plane, from dysfunctional thinking, dysfunctional understandings. It's not my fault that I was born to that and that I got that. And it's not my fault that my energy to my mom was blocked. Not my fault. Not my fault that this energy went out into the atmosphere and I attracted that. Not my fault. In the sense that I didn't do it intentionally. What was really going on was I was looking to complete that energy bond. So here I was, this 21-year-old, looked like young adult, that was really this 3-year-old child looking to seal that bond that hadn't gotten created when it should have. So what happens from then, dear one? I'm constantly seeking validation, just like I did when I was 3 and 4 from my mother. And what's happening? I married my mother's twin, so I ain't getting it. So I try harder, and guess what? My husband at the time, would become even more passive-aggressive because the harder I tried, the more he withdrawed. And that's very typical of codependent dynamics, because in codependent dynamics, we have the child who is pursuing the parent for the affection, and then we have the parent who is blocked, right, withdrawing. And sometimes on purpose, that really sucks. Then we're delving into narcissistic characteristic traits where someone actually knows that they are deliberately withholding exactly what you need. So dear ones, I hope this helps your little brain, your magnificent, amazing brain. I shouldn't say little because it's not. It's pretty amazing. I just hope that this really helps you help your brain put into context what's really going on an emotional level. So I appreciate your feedback, and I want to give a big shout out to my new client, Laura. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for honoring me with your personal experiences and for allowing me to help you on your journey moving forward. So let me know how you feel about those diagrams. If you really like them and they work, I'll just keep making them. Okay? Bye, everybody. Namaste.
Codependents don't feel comfortable telling the truth. Because we have been programmed to worry more about others than ourselves, we often deny self, and in doing so, lie to ourselves and others about who we are and what we need. Today, I will practice being honest, at least with myself. I will not allow myself to say yes when I mean no, or no when I mean yes. I can tell the truth. I can nurture self. I can be good to me. I am worthy. I am good. I am enough. Om.